goodness. What's up, everybody? Today I wanted to talk about the fact that I have officially been in my RV for 1 year. I wanted to discuss some of the things that I have learned the easy way or the hard way, and just my experience. So let's get started. So first thing that I learned is that you have to be very, very mindful of the amount of electricity you're using. The whole time, the microwave is always running, the fridge is always running. So if I also decided I wanted to have my computer on, I wanted to have my AC plugged in, I wanted to have 2 extension cords plugged in, I wanted to have my phone plugged in, it would trip the breaker and the power would shut down. So this is not like a regular house. You can't have all the lights on, you can't have everything on and running at the same time. You have to really consider, what do I want running, what do I want to use, and what do I need to use. The needs are fridge, microwave. The wants are laptop, computer, PlayStation, extension cord 1, hi girl, extension cord 2, phone charger, AC back there / up here. Yeah, my girl. Hello, Fluffy. Loves to get her little pets in. So that is one of the main things that I learned. If you want to have certain things running, you have to pick and choose. Like if I want my computer running, I might have to choose to not have the AC plugged in. If I want to use my laptop, that's a different thing because I can have these other things running. If I want to have the air running, I have to make sure not to have any other things plugged in, make sure a bunch of the lights are off so that I don't trip the breaker and then end up with no AC and no lights. That's the reality of it. Where's my phone? Next thing. Clutter can make a small space feel smaller. You always have to constantly be cleaning whatever you have on the floor, whatever you have on your desk, whatever you have on, your countertops. You gotta always be moving stuff around to make sure that it does not feel overwhelming, because it will start to feel like stuff is just kind of caving in on you. And you always gotta be cleaning. You always gotta be putting your stuff in your laundry basket. You always gotta be picking stuff up off the floor, rearranging stuff on the countertops, making sure that nothing is where it's not supposed to be. Third thing that was difficult to get used to is refilling the water tanks. I have to do that maybe every 1 to 2 weeks, depending on how often I use the water, how much water I'm using, making sure that that is always filled, and that you are using a attachable filter if you want to onto your hose, or if you're using a hose that is already connected to a filter. Sometimes I'll be washing dishes and I'll start running out of water, and it's like, oh yeah, I forgot that I don't have unlimited water. I have to go and fill it up. So that was a little difficult. Next thing, you always should unplug anything that's plugged in before you leave your RV. So that counts for extension cords, chargers, anything plugged into wall outlets, lights, cameras, computers, anything like that. Make sure it is off or unplugged. If you can't unplug it, make sure it is switched off. That's another thing that I found really difficult, because sometimes I'll leave and I'll come home and I'll realize, oh, this has been on the whole time. Could have potentially caused an issue. You never know if something's going to start a fire. And this is just, it will burn down. It will burn down. So that was another thing I had to get used to. Unplugging and turning off everything before you leave, except for the things that are absolutely essential, like heat or AC. If you have a lot of decorations in the RV like I do, you like a lot of things, you like to hang up your little knickknacks and put things everywhere, when you move the RV, when you start driving it, you have to make sure to remove anything that could fall. Anything that's not mounted down. So I have a lot of things that are mounted down with like the Gorilla Glue putty, things that are mounted onto the desks, onto the walls, onto any surface, and anything that isn't, I simply take it down and put it on the bed or on the floor, so that way it won't fall and break, so it also won't fall and hit Fluffy. The last thing that I had to learn immediately as I started moving in is that you have to maximize storage. Okay, you have a certain amount of places where you can put your stuff. Luckily for RVs, they are pretty good maximizing storage in such a small space. So there are a lot of different places I can put stuff. Under the bed, over the desk. I have 2 bunks that have been converted into storage for where my clothes go. I have 2 separate closets for where my clothes go. I have drawers under the bed as well. I also have the overhead loft, which is used for storage. So a lot of these places just have to be maximized. You have to think about, where do I want certain things? I want this here, I want this here. And really just think about that. And that's pretty much it. It is still, every day, there's something that I'm kind of like, oh yeah. Like with Fluffy. She is a 17-year-old cat. So she tends to throw her food around and kick her litter everywhere. So you constantly have to be cleaning up after Fluffy, because if you don't, it will feel extremely messy in here. So that's just another thing that I have learned to adapt to. Alright, y'all, I think that's it. I have truly loved living in my RV for this past year. I hope to continue to live in this RV for many years to come. I have finally got the engine fixed. So I've been able to drive the RV around just a little bit, but now I need to try and get new tires in order to try and take it out a little further than just around the city. We'll see. I just gotta, it's just money. It's just saving money. It's just saving and spending money. Being an adult is just saving and spending money after you just saved it. So what are you gonna do? But I want to thank you all so much for watching, and I'll catch you on the flip. Bye.